Hello everybody, and welcome back to 5 Minute Crypto, the channel where we cover the most important crypto news in just 5 minutes, back again with another crypto update. And in this one, I briefly want to explain to you guys what is going on with Algorand and Solana, as these two coins really had an amazing rally over the last, let's say, 40 hours or so. It's been crazy, and I think I really know why. So for Algorand, it's a little bit simpler than to explain the rise of Solana, but the long story short is Algorand is working with El Salvador. And since El Salvador is the first country in the world to use Bitcoin as legal tender, well, this is a pretty big announcement. If you guys follow me over on my DustTBC channel, you most likely would have also known or already known exactly what the entire debacle is about. But El Salvador is basically looking into making some of their own currency and to basically apply blockchain to multiple different parts within the country through a company called Koi Banks, which has basically thought for a good while on whether or not they should use Cardano or Algorand. But since Algorand basically was the quickest out of them all and to really show the company that they could be the fastest at whatever they wanted to make, they chose Algorand, and, well, that's most likely what's causing the price pump right now. A lot of people were saying that the price dump was caused by El Salvador too, and so maybe that's the irony in it all, that it causes the pump and the dump at the same time. Now here in the list, you can actually see Solana is right now above $200. Yesterday, oh, at least I guess it's still today, I was, before I went to bed, let's call it, the price went to about $2.15 or so. The highest point we got to is $2.20. And for Algorand, I'm not even exactly sure where in the list that one should be, to be honest with you. I don't check Algorand as often. I think our best chance is to just type it in here, Algorand, to see how that one is doing. Algorand here is in number 17. I just missed it. Up 35% on 24 hours and at $2.27. That is insane, guys. $2.27. A lot of people used to always mock Algorand for being a stable coin because it always used to stay at about $1.20 for the longest time, or about $1 before that. For the longest time, it used to stay around $1. And all of a sudden, Algorand is going like a beast. It's not, overdoing Solana, but it's a pretty big beast. Now, to transition over into Solana, there's a couple of things which went on. I firmly believe, and I've said it already, Solana is mimicking what happened to Cardano. Solana was actually on a immaculate rise, going completely crazy, and is now officially overtaking XRP on Live Coin Watch and on a lot of these rankings. It's basically the same thing as Cardano did, though, guys. If you take the last 12 months for Solana, it went from about $2 to $200, and that's the same thing for ADA, which went from about 2 cents or so to about $2 in kind of the same sort of time frame. That's already something we expected when Solana was even below $100. And on this channel, I've made a ton, maybe like 7 or 8 videos on Solana the last 2 months already as well, because it's just a coin that you kind of predict will do well, mostly because Ethereum is very expensive, Ethereum is growing, but again, there's a lot of people who just despise the crypto for being so annoyingly expensive. And well, if you're not going to go for Cardano, which doesn't have a lot of things launched, and you don't want to be with a centralized sort of platform like BNB, again, we can all debate about whether or not BNB is actually good or not. Then the first option in this list right now is Solana. It used to be Polkadot, but since Polkadot is such different technology, I think a lot of people would rather go with Solana because it's a lot easier to understand. And we've covered before, Solana partnerships are insane. Solana speed is insane. People just want to be involved with that one. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now, guys. Exactly. Now, JP Morgan just issued a stark warning over the prices of Solana, BNB, and Cardano as the Ethereum rivals roar back. It's kind of funny. A lot of people will do this as time moves on as well. Say, oh no, don't go for these Ethereum replacements because Ethereum is the true thing or better, yada, yada, yada. Well, I would say just do whatever feels right to you. Every crypto has their own advantage. For example, Solana is just way faster and way more efficient in a lot of aspects. The only problem is that the size of Solana has already encompassed or gone over almost any other size in a very short amount of time since it was launched. That's the only problem with that, but you can always, run smaller parts of the blockchain, not the entire thing, not the entire history, which I guess suffices and works. But that's, I guess, the bad part because it stores so much information, but it's really, really quick. It's really, really good at what it does. And I firmly believe that this rise will set forward in the near future. Same thing I expect for Cardano though, as Ethereum just keeps getting more and more expensive in a bull run like this. So people want alternatives, and Cardano hasn't got the utility interest quite yet. So most likely it'll take a little bit of market cap back in the near future. Some from Ethereum, some from Solana. And Solana will of course keep rising as well. People would rather go on something else than Ethereum.